on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon. Welcome to This Day in History, AKTDH. I'm Xander. We will be joined by the Golden Loot here soonly, and you, viewer, of course, are you. Today is Thursday, aka Thursday, May the 5th. March the 5th, not May. Bleh. It's an M month. You know, I at least got the first letter right, you know, so, yeah. I'm trying to get some kind of credit here. Yeah, so January, February, March the 5th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that occurred today throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with the year 363. Roman Emperor Julian moved from Antioch with an army of 90,000 to attack the Sassanid Empire in a campaign that led to his death. Whoops. 1046, Persian scholar Nasser Khosrow began a 7-year Middle Eastern journey, which he later described in his book Safarma. That sounds like something I'd like to read. Very interesting there. 1496, English King Henry VII granted John's Cabot, Giovanni Caboto, a commission to explore for new lands. All right. He issued Latter's patent, according to our other source here, to John Cabot and his sons, authorizing them to explore unknown lands. All right. Minor discrepancy there, but the ultimate goal is the same. 1558, smoking tobacco was introduced to Europe by Spanish physician Francisco Fernandez, and it begins. And here's a picture of them puffing away on them pipes. You know, this guy's just like a faucet. He's just like, you know, sucking it in on this side and blowing it out on that side. He's a machine. What else do we got here? 1616, astronomical work De Revolutionibus by Nicholas Copernicus was placed on Catholic Forbidden Index. Yikes. That's not good. And yeah, from the other source here, Nicholas Copernicus' book book on the revelations of the heavenly spirits, revolutions of the heavenly spheres, was added to the index of forbidden books 73 years after it was first published. Wow, that took them a while to do that. Are you playing musical chairs there,
Yes,
Moon?
I'm trying to get this thing where I want it. It won't roll. There we go.
Yeah,
Fighting ducks. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, they're back again?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a problem with ducks every year at this time of year with our pool. They are trying to nest. So, yeah.
They're mating.
Yep.
Hooking up. Pairing up, I should say.
Yep. And, yeah. Anyway, this is like illustrations, it looks like, of what he believes the solar system looks like and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, Sol being good. The sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Mercury, Venus, then Tellurius. I can't really read it that well. And then Mardus, Joyous, Saturnus, and Solarium Axitram. Something.
Where are we in that?
We're somewhere in there. I think, is that Terra? That looks like Terra, so that might be us right there, because I see the moon. So I think that's Terra.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, Mardus becomes Mars. Uranus.
Uranus?
IOYS. It's in Jupiter. Then
Jupiter.
Saturn.
Yeah.
And so, but this is before they discovered, like, the later planets. I only count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rings. That's 9 planets. But there's 2 more planets after Saturn, but there's only one more line after Saturn.
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
He's not accurate on the way he's laying it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what else do we got here? Welcome to the show, by the way.
Thank you.
1623, Virginia enacted the first American temperance law. All right. What is the temperance law?
I don't know.
Well, that's something we will look up, actually, then. All right. Temperance law. Temperance movement is a social movement promoting temperance or total abstinence from consumption of alcoholic beverages. Oh, okay, so it's a political thing.
Yeah.
All right, so it's like a political party or type of, more like an ideology.
They're trying to ban alcohol.
Yeah. 1684, Holy Roman Emperor Leopold I, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, and the Venetian Republic signed an agreement establishing the Holy League to prevent further expansion of the Ottoman Empire into Europe. All right. And yeah, here it is. I can't make it that much bigger, but this is the Holy Roman Empire. So it looks like, then there's Moldavia, Hungary, Byzantium, the Byzantine Empire, which was the Ottomans. They became the Ottomans. That's kind of scary, actually, because they were bigger. Look at that.
Yeah.
The Holy Roman Empire was not looking too good by this time. 1731, Mission San Francisco de la Espada, the first of the San Antonio missions, was reestablished by Spanish missionaries on the bank of the San Antonio River. All right. And we're going to be, we're planning on going to a mission here, like hopefully soon. I don't want to go do this during the summer, really.
What mission are we talking about?
Like San Juan Capistrano, and then we go through that whole thing.
Yeah.
So, 1731, Mission San Francisco, we got that one. 1743, first U.S. religious journal, The Christian History, was published in Boston. All right. 1750, the first American Shakespearean production, An Altered Richard III, was performed in New York City. All right. 1766, Antonio de Ulloa took possession of Louisiana Territory from the French. All right. I wonder when the Louisiana Purchase was. You know what? I'm going to look this up here. When was the Louisiana Purchase? 1803. Oh. So that was within the first 10 some odd years of the United States. We're already like
25 years.
No,
over 25 years.
The United States was founded in 1793 or 1791. When was?
Well, I'm going by 1776.
Well, that's when we declared independence, but that's not when we were a nation. We had to fight to become a nation before we can even start expanding.
True.
So, when was the USA founded?
So you're right. It was like 10 years, I think it was, something like that. 10, 12 years?
Yeah. It was more than 10, but like, 10, 12, 13 years, somewhere in there. But like, the United States of America was founded in like 1791. I think that's when the actual document was signed.
Okay, yeah.
Official, like the Treaty of Paris, one of the thousands of treaties of Paris that are out there.
So that was pretty quick after, with less than 10 years.
Yes, well.
The Louisiana Purchase.
Yes, well, no, it was less than 10 years.
Well,
yeah, it was actually.
1803 and 19.
Yeah, less than 10 years actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find. I'm already like in the 1800s now. I'm trying to find. Okay, 1791. Okay. In the 1788-89 presidential election, Washington was elected the nation's first president. Okay, so that was when September 17th, 1787, the U.S. Constitution was signed by a majority of delegates and was later ratified by the 13 colonies, leading to the first modern U.S. government. So September 17th, 1787 is then when I will say the United States came into being.
So 16 years after that.
Okay. Yeah, that's still pretty quick.
Yeah.
We're already like if you look at that picture, wherever it was, did I already delete it? Looks like it's gone. It looked like we were already like 1/3 through. Like, we're expanding fast. Anyway, 1770, British soldiers killed 5 men in a crowd that was throwing snowballs, stones, and sticks at them. Black Stadion Crispius Attucks was the first to die and was later held up as an early black martyr. The Boston Massacre or incident on King Street galvanized anti-British feelings. Yep. Massive thing right there. So, like, didn't we cover, though, something like a similar incident a couple weeks ago in which a kid was killed or something?
I don't remember it.
Huh.
We could have, but I don't remember.
1774, John Hancock delivered the 4th annual Massacre Day oration, a commemoration of the Boston Massacre, and denounced the presence of British troops in Boston, enhancing Hancock's stature as a leading patriot. And so this was in 1774. Like, and we didn't even declare independence for another 2 years.
Well, they were the Brits were running roughshod over us. They had a lot of troops in there, especially in Boston.
Yeah, but we didn't even declare independence until 1776.
Right.
So, like,
but they were still ruling us. They had plenty of soldiers here.
I'm wondering, like, did he do this in secret or something? Because, like, if the British were as oppressive as history has said that they have been, wouldn't this be a death sentence, just even writing this?
I wouldn't
denouncing
think so.
The presence of British troops?
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
I don't think they were dictating and, shooting anybody that disagreed. Nothing like that. They were just, we rule this place and don't forget it.
All right. 1783, King Stanislaus Augustus Poniatowski granted rights to Jews of Kovno. Now, this is something that might be a potential subject for IOYO if you want, because this is something that wasn't really brought to my attention. When you look at the Constitution and all the amendments and everything, like, it gives rights to women, it gives rights to blacks, it gives rights to this, it gives rights to that. So as soon as you start covering specifics, then by law you're only covering those specifics, correct?
True.
So does that mean that whites have no rights? Because we're not covered specifically.
All men are, though.
Yeah, but if all men are equal, then why do we have to put in an amendment to make blacks equal if all men are already equal?
Because they weren't getting treated equal. They had to write something down to remind everybody that all people are created equal.
I can't argue with that. It's really sad, though, that people need such an obvious thing to be written on paper. That's ridiculous. So, but, okay. Well, there goes that to IOYO possibility. I mean,
well, not
I can't argue with that. It's just really sad. So, 1795, Amsterdam celebrated revolution on the dam, the Square of Revolution. Okay. 1803, the first newspaper published in Australia, the Sydney Gazette, a New South Wales advertiser by government printer and ex-convict George Howe. Of course, ex-convict. Everybody there is descended from a prisoner.
True.
Dude, I remember my old high school buddy, Dendron. I'm not going to say his real name, but you remember him. He lived here for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Him, yeah.
I didn't recognize the name you gave him.
Well, that was one of his gamer names, is Dendron.
Okay.
But anyway, every time he tried to give me shit, I'm just like, yeah, well, at least I'm not descended from a convict. That shut him up really quick. 1820, Dutch city of Leeuwarden forbade Jews to go to synagogues on Sundays. That's not nice. That's not cool. You know? Like, you don't want to practice religion on Sunday because it's your God's day of rest. That's fine, but don't impose upon others. That's just not cool. 1821, Monroe was the first U.S. president inaugurated on March 5th because the 4th was a Sunday. Once again, you don't want to...
We covered that yesterday.
We did, but this is when we said he was going to get inaugurated the following day, and this is the following day. So here we are.
Okay.
1824, the First Burmese War. The British officially declared war on Burma, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because the other source calls it the First Anglo-Burmese War. So Burmese War, Anglo-Burmese War. Two different things. Because the Burmese War is, Burmese... Could be a civil war, could be a war, whoever. But this one, brings the white people involved. You need to have specific names and everything. So this is why once again I say utilize multiple sources. Whatever you're doing, utilize multiple sources. 1825, Roberto Confisi, one of the last successful Caribbean pirates, was defeated in combat and captured by authorities. All right. Here we go. Samuel Colt, in 1836, his patent arms manufacturing company manufactured the first pistol, a 36 caliber Texas model, in Patterson, New Jersey. All right. And actually, this was... Did we cover a church or something, or a mission? We covered a mission, I think. Yeah, we did, because we spoke about that, going to San Juan Capistrano earlier. Yeah. So this is a picture of that mission, whatever that mission was. Yeah. Kind of looks like a Taco Bell logo or something. And this is the Boston Massacre. Yeah. So, and I'm trying to catch us up here. What the hell is... Oh, this is the Sydney Gazette, the newspaper thing. That I just covered in my awful Australian accent. Oh, okay. So, and here's the gun. Okay, finally we're caught up.
There we go.
So, that's obviously not the actual gun. That's a 3D model of the gun, but yeah, gun.
It could be an actual gun.
Yeah, it looked
doesn't have to be a model.
No, it looked like a 3D model. Like a computer program, 3D.
Okay, it could be.
Like not a physical model, like like a computer program, model. 1841, the first continuous filibuster in the U.S. Senate began as a Democratic minority attempted to run out the clock on a bill to establish a national bank, lasting until March 11th. Of course, the freaking Democrats pull that shit. 1942, over 500 Mexican troops led by Rafael Vasquez invaded Texas, briefly occupied San Antonio, then head back to the Rio Grande. Wow, so they just wanted to, dip their balls in the mayonnaise, so to speak. You know, like. Well, I mean, like, you know, I can't think of a better way to explain it. They just came here, took the capital, and then left. It's like, you know, haha, like, what are you going to do? You know, like, okay. 1849, Zachary Taylor was sworn in as the 12th U.S. president. All right, here we go again. 1853, piano company Steinway & Son was founded by Heinrich Steinway, later Henry Steinway, in New York City. Okay, so his actual name was Heinrich Steinweg, and then he changed it to Henry Steinway.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 1856, Covent Garden Opera House, London, was destroyed by a fire. That's unfortunate. 56 as well, Georgia became the first state to regulate railroads. 1858, abolitionists established the Crispus Attucks Day in Boston. Who's Crispus Attucks? We spoke about him. Wait, no, he was the guy who got shot in the Boston Massacre, the black guy.
Wow, I don't know.
If I remember. Actually,
now you gotta look him up.
well, hold on. I'm just going to do this. Boop. Look up Crispus Attucks. There it is. Black Stadion Crispus Attucks was the first to die and was later held up as an early black martyr. So, yeah, I remember the name. So,
good pull.
Thank you. 1860, Parma, Tuscany, Modena, and Romagna voted in referendums to join the Kingdom of Sardinia. All right. I just thought that was interesting. 1868, the stapler was patented in England by C.H. Gold.
Really?
Yes.
How cool.
And look at that. That's how it actually looked.
Yeah.
And, like, have you ever seen the movie Office Space?
No.
Okay, well, I'm only going to play this for a few seconds.
I believe you have my stapler. I believe you have my stapler.
Yep, and that's enough of that. But I'm going to add that in the...
What was that we were looking at?
The face was one of the characters of Office Space, and there was like a running gag throughout the whole movie where, the boss or something had taken a stapler or somebody. People keep taking his stapler. He's like, "Oh, I believe you have my stapler," you know, and it was like a red stapler or something, and Office Space like by itself turned into like such a cult following of a movie. That the actual company, because like what they did is they just took like, you know, a normal stapler and they painted it red.
Okay.
But the actual company did not make that staple model in red. Now they do because of the high demand. You know, like that's how powerful like, you know, the voice of the people are.
Yeah.
Like, and then that whole like that was a meme, the little video I showed. Okay. You know the song "I Believe I Can Fly."
Okay. Yeah.
Like, well, they edited it to have it, you know, I believe you have my stapler, you know, so it's stupid meme. It loses its comedy when you have to explain it, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure.
1868, U.S. Senate organized to decide charges against President Andrew Johnson. I think they were charging him with treason or something, right?
Really?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna look that up really quick because I remember somebody was being charged with treason because they believed that he wanted to do another revolution against the United States.
Ah.
So,
and he's a senator?
yeah, hold on a second. So what is this? In 1868, the U.S. Senate conducted an impeachment trial against President Andrew Johnson, who was accused of violating the 10-year of Office Act and other charges, with the Senate ultimately failing to convict him by one vote.
Ooh.
So, very close. Huh. Anyway, what else we got here? 1872, U.S. engineer George Westinghouse patented the triple air brake for trains, and that's what this image is. So, triple air brake. So you got to make sure, you know, those things stop. 1877, Rutherford B. Hayes publicly inaugurated as the 19th President of the United States. 1894, Archibald Primrose, the 5th Earl of Rosebery, became First Lord of the Treasury, the official title of the UK Prime Minister. Now, is this like, you know, the first time somebody was the Lord of the Treasury, or is that part of the actual name, First Lord of the Treasury, because it's capitalized? Like, what say you?
I have no idea. I can't imagine First Lord is part of it. Oh, maybe it is.
I don't know. British Prime Minister.
First
but like
Lord
by 1894...
First Lord of the Treasury, that's all one name. I believe it to be that.
Because by 1894, if you haven't had a Lord of the... You would have had a Treasury, but a Lord of the Treasury...
But it's like the first degree.
Yeah.
You know, a Mason's first degree, and then there's second... So if you're the first Lord, Maybe there's a second or third lord
I'm
under you.
First Lord of the Treasury, title granted to the UK Prime Minister. Okay, so it is part of the title, so I'm going to unhighlight that for future knowledge. What else do we got here? 1894, Seattle authorized the first municipal employment office in the U.S. All right. 1897, the American Negro Academy formed. Okay. 1900s now, the 1903 definitive treaty for construction of Baghdad Railway was drawn up. Baghdad Railway, yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know, the Arabs, they were building railways too. 1905, Nikola Tesla described the process of the ball lightning formation in electrical world and engineer. So even all the way back then, he was talking about ball. Do you know what ball lightning is?
I've seen him on display where he transfers the energy with his hands, type of thing.
Oh, no, but the actual phenomena of ball lightning.
No, I don't.
It is a rare and unexplained phenomenon described as luminescent spherical objects that vary from pea size to several meters in diameter. Though usually associated with thunderstorms, the observed phenomenon is reported to last considerably longer than the split-second flash of a lightning bolt, and is distinct from St. Elmo's fire and will-o'-the-wisp. So basically,
this is entirely different from what I'm thinking of.
It's a giant. Like if you're from a small thing, it has relative, as I said earlier. But just imagine like lightning, but it as a ball, and it's just floating. It's just there, because like I've seen many videos. I've read many testimonies about it and such, and there's a wide variety of ranges of situations. Like there's this one instance of it's like like this woman is just like in her living room, and then ball lightning is just there, and it just kind of floats into the other room and then explodes.
Jeez.
Like, it's crazy. 1906, Moro Rebellion. The United States Army troops brought overwhelming force against the native Moros in the First Battle of Bud Daho, leaving only 6 survivors. That is a massacre.
Yeah.
1907, the first radio broadcast of a musical composition aired. All right. The Second Duma opened in St. Petersburg, Russia, and 40,000 demonstrators had to be dispersed by Russian troops. Clearly, they are not in agreement with whatever was going on there. We have the first set of Mount Erebus in Antarctica on this calendar date, 1908. March 5th. Why can't I keep wanting to say it's May. No. It's March.
Yeah.
But the M is fucking me up. 1910, Ramon and Clans, La Farsa Infantil de la Cabeza del Dragon premiered. I just wanted to bring up that they're talking about dragons, so...
Yeah.
1912, Italian forces are the first to use airships for military purposes, using them for reconnaissance behind Turkish lines. And I do have an image here. This is for later on, but the first bombs were dropped by airships, not airplanes.
Yeah.
So, and here's an image of them.
They hand drop like that, yeah.
Yep. Wild stuff. 1917, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson was inaugurated for his second term. Why? Why would you bring him back? I guess they just didn't have any other option. 1921, the Durban Land Alienation Ordinance passed, enabling the Durban City Council to exclude Indians from ownership or occupation of property in white areas in South Africa. Wow! And by Indians, we're talking about the Asian Indians, like the Hindu Indians people, stuff like that, not the Native American Indians.
Right.
So, that's awful. 1923, Montana and Nevada became the first states to enact old age pension laws. Huh. All right. No wonder you like Nevada. 1924, Frank Caruna became the first to bowl 2 successive perfect 300 games. I don't know why. His name... Actually, no, it's Sharona? I don't know. 1924, King Hussein of Hejaz appointed himself caliph after the fall of the Ottoman Empire. All right. 27, 1,000 U.S. Marines landed in China to protect U.S. property. That would do it. 1931, Gandhi and British Viceroy Lord Irwin signed a pact in London, marking the end of the civil disobedience movement in India. All right, so, congratulations to your victory, Sir Gandhi. 1933, Franklin Delano Roosevelt proclaimed a 10-day bank holiday in the U.S. to attempt to stem bank failures and restore confidence. Did it?
Good question.
Yeah. I don't know. FDR, a lot of things about him that I don't like, since you started, bringing it up to my attention. Like most, U.S. citizens, I unfortunately had him on a pedestal and all that stuff, which was rather difficult because he couldn't get himself up on there.
Yeah.
That was terrible. 1933, Germany's Nazi Party won the majority in Parliament, 43.9%, 17.2 million votes. Wow, that is massive. That is huge. Do you think they cheated?
Well,
I mean, that's
I don't know.
enormous, dude.
Yeah.
1934, Mother-in-Law's Day was first celebrated in Amarillo, Texas. When is Father-in-Law's Day? Is there even a Father-in-Law's Day? If there's not, then that's misandry, which is, the opposite of misogyny. It's the hate of men. So that's what's the real problem right now is there's so much misandry. 1935, the first premature baby health law in the U.S. Occurred in Chicago. 1 year later, 8th Academy Awards, Mutiny on the Bounty, Victor McClellan and Betty Davis won.
Okay.
Mutiny on the Bounty, that's another movie I have yet to see.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of seeing things, I'm going to see if there's any comments here. I don't want to click that. There we go. 1936, the Spitfire made its first flight at Eastleigh Aerodrome in Southampton. The first flight of the K5054, first prototype Supermarine Spitfire advanced motorplane fighter aircraft in the United Kingdom. All right. And actually, I'm going to add this ball lightning article to the underbar section. Ball lightning. All right. L-I-G. Did I spell it wrong? Wow. I spelled it very... Lightning. Okay. Well, that's... whatever. All right. Anyway. Moving on up from Thunder Testicles, 1940, 6 high-ranking members of the Soviet Politburo, including Joseph Stalin, signed an order for the execution of 25,700 Polish intelligentsia,
Wow.
including 14,700 Polish prisoners of war, in what will become known as the Katyn Massacre. Holy
Good
crap.
grief.
That is absolutely disgusting. Well, I almost forgot that I needed to look up this Spitfire here. What is this? Okay. Let's see. Images. Okay, let's bigger this here really quick. That's cool. Look at that. Oh, well, I guess we have all these. We can see. Old person. That's awesome. 1940. We have 6 high-ranking members of the Soviet Politburo, including Joseph Stalin, signed an order for the execution. We got that one. Yeah, I just read that one. 1942 as well, Japanese troops marched into Batavia, capturing the city, which is the capital of the Dutch East Indies, because it was left undefended after the withdrawal of the KNIL garrison and Australian Black Force Battalion in Buitenzorg and Bandung. So they just up and dipped. 1943, the first flight of the Glossier Meteor, Britain's first combat jet aircraft. Let's check this out here really quick. Jet aircraft, 1943.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, let's see, bigger than... Nope. No. Click. There we go. Alright. Yeah, you can't really tell that well, but you can see it's a jet.
No props.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta give it props. It has... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's very smart.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so you see how the jet is right here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just clicked this one. This one has props.
Yeah.
In the same area, the same shape. So I'm not sure if you can. You can't interchange them.
No.
But
well, maybe in the structure of the wing you can, but a jet engine is going to be way different than a prop engine.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure they put them in the same thing just for balance, and be able to fly them.
Yeah, but also back in because that's just the very beginning of the jet age, and so maybe that was a tactic to confuse Germans to make them think that they're still seeing the normal prop planes, because props are really hard to see when they're going.
Yeah.
And you're going fast and they're going fast, so they probably wouldn't even notice that they're not seeing props. Because, you know, I don't know. 1943, during World War II, we have a general strike and protest march in Athens against rumors of forced mobilizations of Greek workers for work in Germany, resulting in clashes with the Axis occupation forces and collaborationist police. The decree was withdrawn the next day. We covered this a while ago.
I'll be right back.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
All right. 1946, Hungarian communists and social democrats co-founded the Left Bloc. And Winston Churchill's Iron Curtain speech in Fulton, Missouri popularized the term and drew attention to the division of Europe. 1948, a U.S. rocket flew the record 4,800 kilometers to 126 kilometers in height. Dang. And 4,800 kilometers per hour. Oh, I just screwed up reading all that, didn't I? Do I have any comments yet? 1949, Donald Bradman played his last innings in first-class cricket, scoring 30. Maybe that's why the loon left. He knew that was coming. 1949, Jharkhand Party was founded in India to campaign for a separate Jharkhand state. All right. 1952, Terence Rattigan's stage drama Deep Blue Sea premiered in London. And I wonder if that has anything to do with the movie. You know, the shark movie. I'm not sure if it would, but... 1942 and 1943, Joseph Stalin, the longest-serving leader of the Soviet Union, died at his Volkshotel Dachau in Moscow after suffering a cerebral hemorrhage 4 days prior. Yep. And if you haven't seen the movie Death of Stalin, I would highly advise to. It is really good.
I have not seen The Death of Stalin.
We got to watch that movie. So now I got to go back to 1949 for you here.
Okay.
Donald Bradman played his last innings in first-class cricket, scoring 30.
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But you did hear me talking about Stalin, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. 1955, Elvis Presley made his first TV appearance on a local video broadcast of the popular radio program Louisiana Hayride from the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Came a long ways, didn't he?
Yeah.
The Louisiana Hayride.
Louisiana Hayride. 1956, King Kong was first televised. And 1956 as well, Capitol Records released Songs for Swingin' Lovers. I don't like the sound of that. The 10th album by U.S. singer Frank Sinatra, an upbeat collection of pop tunes with jazz arrangements by Nelson Riddle, became the first album ever to top the new UK albums chart. But
well, the swing was very popular music then, so that's where the swinging can't interpret it in today's.
Okay. Well, isn't that where like today's terminology even came from or comes from or whatever?
I have no idea.
Cames from. What kind of illiterate bastard am I? 1957, here we go. Sergeant Bilko satirized Elvis Presley, Elvis Pelvin. Oh.
Sergeant Bilko, now they're not saying it, but the only Sergeant Bilko I know is a TV character.
Okay, so I thought this was his drill instructor.
Well, he played a drill. Sergeant Bilko was in the army, and he had his whole thing there. But it was a TV sitcom.
So, but was it real army, or was it like he pretending to be an army?
What was on TV was pretend. Now, Sergeant Bilko, was he a real person? That would shock me.
Well, just that. Well, maybe he satirized Elvis, like Elvis Pelvin in the show.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I thought that was talking about his drill instructor because
it sounds like you're talking about a real drill instructor.
I thought it was. I didn't know who Sergeant Bilko was a character. I mean, it's way before my time.
Yeah.
1957. Come on.
And that's
30 years before me.
I'm reading that going, was Sergeant Bilko an actual drill instructor?
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna look this up really quick. Sergeant Bilko. 996 U.S. comedian.
Well, that's new. That you gotta go back to 50.
Sergeant Bilko is a
he played Sergeant Bilko in a movie.
Okay. Why does he look so familiar?
Or he messed around with Sergeant Bilko. Was he? I don't think he was Sergeant Bilko.
I don't know. Anyway, we got to keep on going here. 1960, Elvis Presley. Actually, no, 1959. Iran and U.S. signed an economic and military treaty. Now, this is really interesting. This on the same calendar dates that remember Elvis made his first TV appearance in 1955. Okay,
On the Hayride.
and then Yeah, on the hay wagon. 2 years later, Sergeant Bilko satirized him. And then 3 years after that, in 1960, Elvis Presley ends his 2 years of service in the U.S. Army. That's wild.
Well,
On the same calendar dates?
well, what does Sergeant Bilko have to do with Elvis Presley, though?
Because he satirized him, calling him Elvis Pelvin.
Okay, true.
We just had a whole conversation about that.
Well, no, but I'm just that was.
McFly!
Oh, I'm focusing on Sergeant Bilko, though.
Oh,
I
God.
think I gotta find out if there's a real Sergeant Bilko now.
Somebody help me. 1960, iconic photograph, Guillermo Herrico, taken of the Che Guevara at a memorial service in Havana by Cuban photographer Alberto Corda, possibly the most reproduced photo in history. Oh, this one here, I guess.
Mean dude.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. All the idiots running around wearing his shirt, they have no clue what they're doing.
No.
1960, the aquatic ape hypothesis originated when Alistair Hardy publicly announced his idea that ape-human divergence may have been due to a coastal phase. So I guess like by our species living closer to the water or something. 1960, Indonesian President Sukarno dismissed the Dewan Pergamino Rakyat, the DPR, the 1955 democratically elected parliament, and replaced it with DPR-GR, the parliament of his own selected members. That sounds like a fascist to me. 1963, American County musical stars Patty Klein, Hawkshaw Hopkins, Cowboy Copas, and their pilot Randy Hughes were killed in a plane crash in Camden, Tennessee. Yikes.
Patty Klein was killed in a plane crash?
Patsy Klein?
Patsy Klein,
Yeah. Hawkshaw, Hawkins, they all died in a plane crash. It's awful. 1965, Ernie Tunnell defeated Eddie Mackin by unanimous points decision over 15 rounds in Chicago, Illinois, to win the vacant WBA heavyweight boxing title. That's a lot of rounds, 15.
Yeah, well, that's what a world title goes for.
Ah, still?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. March Intifada, leftist uprising erupted in Bahrain against British colonial presence. It's always the lefts. 1966, 75 miles per hour air currents caused a Boeing 707 crash into Mount Fuji, 124 fatalities, unfortunately.
That's a lot of wind.
Yeah, it is. It broke apart in midair due to clear air turbulence, so that's terrible. 1970, dubnium atoms were first detected conclusively. All right. 1970 as well, nuclear non-proliferation treaty went into effect after ratification by 43 nations.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a biggie.
Yep. SDF Weathermen terrorist group bombed 18 West 11th Street in New York City. This was removed from our primary source. Weathermen terrorist group? What?
Yeah, no, the Weathermen, yeah.
Explain.
You've never heard of them?
No.
Oh, yeah, they were, well, we call them terrorists, but they were, another organization protesting everything and super militant.
Well, why were they called the Weathermen?
That was their name. I don't know why.
Okay, so they called themselves that?
I believe they did.
Okay, that's weird. 1971, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin was first performed live at Ulster Hall in Belfast by Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Bonham, and John Paul Jones.
What a power group.
Yep. 1979, Greek composer Mikis Theodorakis left the Communist Party. Smart move there. 73, Yankee pitchers Peterson and Kinnick announced they swapped wives. Is that the inspiration for the show Wife Swap or something? Like, why are you swapping?
I've never heard a show about wife swap.
You never heard about Wife Swap?
No.
It was a show in which like two families they swapped the wives for a week or something.
And just lived in their shoes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, or like there's like a family swap, there's a wife swap and all that stuff, and like, but what happened was like there was like various things like the wives brought their rules with them, so like
of course,
and it just caused chaos. And,
well, that makes a show chaos.
Yeah, it's awful though what some of the people went through. Really awful.
Kind of glad I never saw it.
Yeah, it was kind of trash. 1973, Yankee pitchers Peterson, we got that one. 1974, first performance in 3,000 years of the world's oldest known song, Hymn to Nikal, a 3,400-year-old Hurrian hymn to the moon god Nikal from Ugarit in Syria, played at Berkeley University by Ann Kilmer and Richard Crocker. Wow. 3,400-year-old song.
Wow.
And the first time in 3,000 years it had been played. That's wild. 1974, Yom Kippur War, Israeli forces withdrew from the west bank of the Suez Canal. I'm just wondering, did they do that by themselves, or did the UN order them to?
It's probably they probably gave it back, so to speak, in a settlement.
I've never heard of them doing anything outside of being ordered to do it. So, 1976, British pound fell below $2 for the first time. Hey, is that light or?
No, it's less than that now. It's way under $2. Oh, pound. Oh.
1979, Iran resumed petroleum exports. Okay, and I also have Voyager 1's closest approach to Jupiter, 172,000 miles. All right. Soviet probes Venera 11, Venera 12, and the German-American or U.S. solar satellite Helios II, all were hit by off-the-scale gamma rays, leading to the discovery of soft gamma repeaters. And 1 year after that, Earth satellites recorded gamma rays from the remnants of supernova N49. So I wonder if that was the source of these gamma rays or a different source. That's my question. Because that was 1 year apart on the same day. So, 1981, U.S. government granted Atlanta $1 million to search for black boy murderer. Now, like, is that somebody is that a serial killer?
I've never heard of it.
Is a black boy a murderer, or is it like what is a
I've
what is
never
this?
heard of it till you mentioned it right now.
Neither have I, until I looked at it earlier.
Yeah.
So, if anyone can let us know in the comment section, like what is this a serial killer that kills black boys, or was this somebody that killed a black boy, or was it a black boy that was murdering people? Which one? Like, it's so ambiguous. 1981, the ZX81, a pioneering British home computer, was launched by Sinclair Research and would go on to sell over 11 out of 2 million units around the world. I don't know what that means. 11 out of 2, like 11 million out of 2 million or something?
It should be 112, I think, million.
Oh, okay. This was what? Oh, this was from the other source. So, okay, I'll just do that. 112 million units around the world. 1984, Supreme Court, at the rules of 5-4, city may use public money for a nativity scene. No. I completely disagree with that. No public money should be go towards religious stuff. Keep church and state separate, because as soon as you start doing that, then we're going to have to start having Jewish stuff, and then Islamic stuff, and then Buddhist stuff, and then all of a sudden we're spending millions and millions of dollars for all the religions. No.
I won't argue that.
No. Keep it out. 1984, the U.S. accused Iraq of using poison gas.
You did.
Yeah, well, we also use Agent Orange. So,
But they gassed the Kurds.
yeah, and
Literally gassed them, killed them.
yeah, and we've committed far worse war crimes, so we're not ones to judge, Like, I hate the fact that we don't follow the rules that we set. Makes me
You
disgusted.
saw the pictures of the gassed Kurds on the street.
I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm saying we've done worse. And who are we to sit here and be like, oh, we're accusing you of, dude, like, yeah, it's bad, but it's get off your self-righteous soapbox, freaking, I don't know, you get what I'm saying, so. 85, about 700 grain farmers from the United States' Midwest rallied in Washington, D.C. at the Agriculture Department in March to the White House, demanding higher guaranteed prices for their products in pending farm legislation. So they need to get paid. And
Well, not that they need to get paid. They want a rock bottom price that it can't go below. Well, that's not free market.
yeah, but they need to afford stuff. Like, I saw a video a while ago. Like, that's my catchphrase. I saw a video. But, like, farmers really do not make any money.
Farmers
Farmers are getting screwed.
Yeah, they're in a tough deal. I get that.
So they need something, And if they go belly up, we all go belly up.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Okay, they say, great, we can get the price can't go below this point, so everybody grows that crop, and then you have so much of it, you're just throwing it away.
Well, no, there should be like a universal across the line, like
What does that mean?
Well, like, as in... Okay.
They do. This is rock bottom price. Won't be able to go below it. As far as in this country.
Is there?
Huh?
Is there?
I don't know.
Oh. That's a question for the underbar. Yeah. Or the comment section. 1985, Mexican authorities find the body of U.S. drug agent Enrique Kaiki Camara Salazar. What a weird nickname, Kaiki. Or, if I pronounce that right, then that isn't that like a slur? Don't say it.
You knew I was going to.
Yeah. I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it to stab it in the falls. 1985, NHL New York Islanders Mike Bossy was the first to score 50 goals in 8 straight seasons. All right. 86 Today tabloid launched as Britain's first national color newspaper. It folded in 1995. I love it. Mm-hmm. I love that. They didn't say it went out of business or anything. They said it folded about a newspaper. I love the pun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
This was what, 1986?
First folding newspaper. No, that's not what it means.
Where'd it go? This was 1986, right? Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm trying to find it on the primary source. Yeah, it folds in 1995. So, 1986 Today, we got that one. 1988 Constitution of Turks and Caicos Islands was restored and revised. All right, that sounds cool. The 19th Easter Seal Telethon raised $37 million and $2,000 in 1989. All right, I wonder what it was for.
Easter Seal?
Easter Seal? Telethon.
Yeah. It's a telethon for, you know what? I can't even remember. It's been so long. But it's for like disabled or whatever.
Like anything specific or just a general thing?
No, I think it's for something specific.
There's still, well, here's 1979.
I think it's still on today. They do it once a year, I think.
Easter Seals Telethon. What is Easter Seals Telethon? Okay, well, it's going to give me a video. That's 2 minutes long.
Where does the money go for the Easter Seal Telethon?
Oh, here you go. It's an annual fundraising event originally aired nationally from 72 to 97 that supports...
It's not on anymore.
Yeah, that supports children with physical disabilities by raising awareness and donations for Easter Seals programs and stuff. All right, so it's for kids. Cool.
Yeah, I forgot the kid part, but I knew it was for handicapped or whatever.
91, Iraq repealed its annexation of Kuwait. Smart. 91 as well. Reggie Miller of the Indiana Pacers began NBA free throw streak of 52 games. We also have the Ethics Committee voted to reveal congressmen who bounced checks.
Ooh.
Like, why are you bouncing checks in Congress? What? Can you explain this? Like, the Ethics Committee voted to reveal congressmen who bounced checks. What led to this event? Like,
apparently, they were writing bad checks.
Oh, okay. 94, Jefferson Airplane / Starship singer Grace Slick was arrested for pointing a gun at a cop. That's stupid. Why would you do that?
That sounds like something she would do.
Well, that sounds like a great way to get yourself killed. Stupid.
Greasy Slick.
Idiot. 94, largest milkshake was made. 1,955 gallons of chocolate in Nelspruit, South Africa. I want a sip. 95.
Can you imagine the straw that goes in there?
Oh, it must have been an awesome straw. 1995, the graves of Tsar Nicholas II and his family were found in St. Petersburg. And I want to bring that up again, like how that one, I don't want to call her lady, that one bitch kept up the lie for like 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, she's that devoted to being a liar. A scumbag. 95, and for anybody not understanding the context, it's some female who, like, I don't even remember where she went, but she said she was Anastasia.
Yeah.
And she said that until she died 30 years later. And then later after that, they found Anastasia's grave. So clearly, she was just a liar, you know?
Or she was a nutcase.
Well,
she may have believed it herself. Who knows?
That is true. That is true. I keep forgetting that that's a possibility. What else do we got here? 1996, Earl Weaver and Jim Bunning were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. You remember any of those? Or
Earl Weaver, I remember as a manager.
Sounds familiar to me as well.
Yeah.
97, Tommy Lasorda, Nellie Fox, and Willie Wells were inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame as well. Those names sound familiar? Tommy Lasorda, Nellie Fox, Willie Wells? Okay.
Of course.
Oh, here's Tommy Lasorda.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he was a great manager for the Dodgers.
99, Paul Okolik was elected the first premier of Nunavut. All right. 2001, 35 Muslim pilgrims were crushed to death during the annual Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca. That's not good.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yep. 2002, U.S. reality TV program The Osbournes premiered on MTV, featuring the family of rock singer Ozzy Osbourne.
He did a show?
Yeah. You don't remember that?
Kind of. I do remember.
The Osbournes. It was him and his family, like his wife and his daughter and his son and all that stuff.
About that.
It was really big. Even Mad Magazine did a cover on it.
Really?
Yeah. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. 2003.
He just died recently, right?
Yeah, not too long ago.
Yeah.
So, 2003, 17 Israeli civilians were killed by a Hamas suicide bomber in the Hafia Bus 37 bombing. Yikes. 2005, the Birkenhead Party for Democracy and Socialism held its first national convention, removed from primary source. 2006, nature documentary Planet Earth, narrated by David Attenborough, premiered on the BBC.
Great voice.
Yep. 2011, David Sylvia scored 38 feet, winner as Manchester City scored 1-0 win over Wigan as City and Manchester Stadium to start EPL record 20 home game winning streak. Streak ended 3/31st, 2012. That has to be cricket, I guess, because I don't know any of that.
I know. It didn't give us a tip, though, did it?
No, it didn't. So it doesn't sound like cricket, but it doesn't sound like anything else.
I don't know what else it would be.
I don't know what the hell this is.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
You know what?
It's gotta be cricket.
I'm just let's. You want to place your bets? Place your bets. I'm gonna say it's football. What are you gonna say? It's cricket?
Cricket, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do a service level scratch, and let's see where this goes. Okay. Well, it's just gonna take me to this. Okay. Well, hold on a second. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. See if this gives me anything. All right. Well, this is it. This is all I found online. So, I guess neither of us win or lose. 2012, 27 members of Iraq's security force were killed by gunmen disguised as police in Hathiatha. Yikes. 2012 as well, 2 people were killed and 6 more were injured in a shooting at a hair salon in Bucharest, Romania. Wow, you go to get your hair done, you end up getting clapped. That sucks. 2013, Venezuelan Vice President Nicolas Maduro, that name sounds familiar,
Yes.
assumed the presidency after the death of Hugo Chavez. So this is where it began.
Hugo Chavez. I don't know which one was worse. Him or Hugo Chavez. They're both piece of caca.
Yeah, well, we didn't have to extradite Chavez, did we?
Brutal dictators.
Yep. 2013 as well, Wilcom announced the world's smallest mobile phone, weighing 32 grams. I gotta take a look at this. Gotta get an image of this here. How big is this? That's a small phone.
Oh, God.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's just not right. You can lose that so damn quick.
Yeah. And, like, that's very tiny. What else we got here? 2014, a survey by the European Union Agency for Fundamental Rights reported that about 1/3 of women in the European Union have experienced physical or sexual violence since the age of 15.
Yikes!
Jesus.
A third? I can't believe that.
I know, but, I put a comment here, since when, though? Like, since 2000, since 1950,
Yeah.
Or since they opened the borders. Because a lot of that started happening once, they just started letting those refugees flood in. 2015, between now to the 8th, Islamic State militants ransacked and destroyed ancient cities of Nimrud, Hatra, and Dur Shakaran in Iraq.
No,
Yeah,
that sounds terrible.
it's awful. Yeah, no, there was a huge problem. Like, they're going around and finding all these archaeological sites and just destroying them all.
I remember them.
Yeah.
Shooting cannons or something at it and blowing it.
Yeah.
Carved into a cliff. I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
2018, China announced a military budget of 1.11 trillion yuan, or 175 billion US dollars. That's a lot of money. 2018, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un met South Korean officials for the first time since taking office, hosting a dinner in Pyeongchang. Now, I always found it interesting that, like, whenever anybody goes to visit him, like, like outside of communist states, because, he goes to Russia, he goes to China, he goes to Vietnam, but when, like, Trump goes to visit him, South Korea goes to, he never comes to us. We always go to him. Because he knows that out of anything else, like, he's not going to capture our leader, but we would capture him.
I
Like,
don't think we'd capture him. If
we
came
absolutely
here.
would capture him.
No, if he came here as as a leader of East Korea, yeah,
North Korea?
North Korea. I mean,
I really
no
don't
way.
think we
No
wouldn't. I can't trust our government to not.
but he can't have the security around him in other countries. He has gone. I think he went to Russia, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he's allied with Russia and
Yeah, I
China.
know,
That's what
I
I'm
know,
saying.
I know.
Within other communist or fascist
Yeah.
states, he'll go there. But when he's meeting with South Korea or the U.S., never has he ever met with any Western delegate, to my knowledge, outside of North Korea.
I think it's more in his head than what will actually happen to him. And it would be hard to supply him with the security they'd be comfortable with
True.
in an open country.
Anyway, 2019, Bugatti announced the most expensive new car ever made, the La Voyager, costing 16.7 million euros, or almost $19 million. Only one would be made. Then why the fuck are you announcing a car? What are you doing?
Oh, I wonder if I could test drive that.
That's stupid. Well, first we gotta look at it to see if if it actually looks okay. It looks like just every other supercar.
Like a good old car.
Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Like what's?
So it's a one of a kind.
Yeah. Whoop-de-doo.
19 million bucks.
Okay,
You got
whatever.
nothing else to do with your money.
Wow. 2019, Kylie Jenner was the world's youngest ever billionaire at 21, according to Forbes. Money hoarders are hoarders regardless. We gotta mock and shun them.
Who is Kylie?
I have no freaking clue.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
so. 2019, major study into the MMR vaccine involving over 650,000 children in Denmark found it does not increase the risk of autism. Bullshit. 2019 as well, second ever person cured of HIV after stem cell transplant treatment in London, England. Results published in Nature. Huh. So they transplanted stem cells and they cured her of HIV. That's interesting. 2022, explorer Ernest Shackleton's ship Endurance, which had sank back in 1915, was rediscovered after 107 years in excellent condition in the Weddell Sea, Antarctica. Wow. That's awesome. Usually it'd be crushed by all the ice and all that stuff. 2023, Caitlin Clark recorded 30 points, 17 assists, and 10 rebounds in the Big Ten tournament final for Iowa against Ohio State. And I had to clap for, Miss Clark there.
Yeah.
She's, despite all the stuff I bitch about, she's facing a lot of adversity publicly, and she's taking it on the chin.
And for no reason.
Yeah. All
For no reason.
because she's white.
She's a great basketball
You
player.
want to talk
and I
about
like it.
you want to talk about bigotry and prejudice and tribalism? Look at what's happening to Miss Caitlin Clark here.
The league, at least when she came in, looked at her as a snot-nosed little kid taking the league by storm.
Yeah.
You idiots!
She's
Gonna
also
make all you guys more money.
she's also Christian. That's another strike against her with all these wokey idiots.
How do you know she's Christian?
Doesn't she come from like a whole Christian Bible Belt, all that stuff?
I don't know about that.
And I think
doesn't
you're the
matter
one who
where you
told me that she was Christian or
go. I
something.
wouldn't tell you that. I have no idea.
I don't know. Anyway, 2023, the Estonian parliamentary election was held with two center-right liberal parties gaining an absolute majority for the first time. That is bad news. 2024, Japanese architect Reikien Yamamoto won the 2024 Pritzker Architecture Prize for buildings that are a, quote, background and foreground to everyday life, end quote. That sounds awesome. I gotta look these up here. Images. Come on. Oh, cool. Look at his architectural style. Look at that.
Oh, man.
A background and foreground. Now I understand what they're saying. Hold on. I'm going to have to bigger this image if I can. That looks so cool. Look at all that.
Yeah.
This guy was amazing. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for architecture. Look at
No,
that.
you love it.
Ooh.
You love architecture.
Ooh, look at that. That looks like something I'd build in The Sims. That is so cool. Anyway, I'm going to stop gushing over that. 2024, a shirt worn by a very wet Colin Firth in 1995 BBC TV adaptation of Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice sold for £20,000 or $32,000 at a charity auction in London. Okay.
I have no idea what that's about.
That sounds gross. 2025, computing's top prize, the Turing Award, was given to U.S. researchers Andrew Barto and Richard Sutton for their work on reinforcement learning, a cornerstone of AI technology, and that's now being discovered to be a massive hindrance. Like children on screens learning through prompts and all that stuff, like it's being discovered there is a massive cognitive decline in just the next generation after me. Like they cannot problem solve. Like teachers are saying that they just short circuit when they're asked to like write a few sentences, write a paragraph.
But the next generation after this.
The generation after mine.
Yeah.
So like anybody.
The generation after what we're talking about here.
Yeah, well, like whoever's going to school, having AI learning or learning off of an iPad or anything, which has been going on for the past 10 some odd years. Yeah. The AI thing is new, but they've been learning off of a screen for the past 10 some odd years. Yeah. Their cognitive decline is incredibly low. It's been like plummeting. Okay. Like ever since I got out of high school, like this was basically like the intellectual level of people, and then right here, like I'm in high school, and right after that, it just took a nosedive. Huh. So it's wild. I got out while getting was good. It's crazy, But seriously, like it's a serious problem. Teachers are saying, just 10 years ago, they're instructing kids, to write essays, to write papers, all that stuff. Nowadays, they ask their kids to write a paragraph. Can you write a paragraph? And they just stop. Like they short circuit.
Yeah,
but
I get it.
But when they're like, oh, do something on an iPad, they do it just fine. Yeah. But when you put a pencil in their hand, they die. Wow. They've lost it.
Wow.
We are now facing legitimate illiteracy. We already have it. It's here. Anyway, last but not least here, 2025, manufacture of bone tools by ancient humans was pushed back 1 million years by the discovery of a 1.5 million year old cache of bone tools in Olduvai Gorge, Tanzania. Wow. And that shall conclude the show. Please check the underbar in the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of things has and continues to be made on a daily basis throughout the annals of recorded history. We can only bring you a portion. I barely made it just slightly over our hour, but we actually went through the whole thing.
Yeah, we finally got there today.
The past 2 days have not made it. Yeah, so anyway, for all of you and all of us, we stream the show every day at 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is 6. Where's my script? I'm just like, I'm stupid.
Oh, you're right with the kids.
Hey, I've been talking nonstop for over an hour.
I know. It's amazing. You make this sound easy, but it's not.
It's not. Anyway, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you, thank you so much for coming in and watching. And until you catch us next time, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles! And I gotta remember, I gotta wait a second or two. And
I have to go check for ducks again. I'm gonna come and get a shower.
Throw the stick at the ducks.
Yeah, I will.